So the tallest building ever constructed in San Diego has just finished being built. We have the worst stadium opening of all time just opened here in San Diego. You will not believe what happened here on opening day. The new short-term rental rules going into effect in the city of San Diego have just released brand new rules and information on exactly what's going to happen. In the future of Mira Mesa, it is going to be a transformation from where it's at today to where they plan for it to go over the next 20 or 30 years. You definitely want to stay tuned for this. Now, starting out, we're going to talk about the tallest building ever constructed in San Diego's history. 525 Olive is a 20-story building in Bankers Hill, pretty close to downtown San Diego. You have views of the ocean, you have views of Balboa Park. This location cannot be beat here in San Diego. And although it is vertically, it is the highest building that we've ever had here in San Diego County, it's actually not technically the tallest building. There are taller buildings in downtown San Diego, but the elevation rise and the views that you get from this building are unlike anywhere else in San Diego County. Now, this project costs just over $100 million. In total, they have 204 units for rent, and they range anywhere from $2,400 a month to over $13,000 a month for that top floor penthouse suite. And next up, San Diego State's Snapdragon Stadium had arguably the worst stadium opening of all time. Now, this is an interesting one because what happened was they were supposed to have a night game, but instead they had the opportunity to be on national television the hottest week of the year here in San Diego, when temperatures throughout San Diego County were easily getting over 100 degrees. In order to agreeing to be on national TV for their home and stadium opener, they had to change the time of this game to 12 o'clock noon during one of the hottest days of the year here in San Diego in a stadium with absolutely no shade. Now, the reality is a strong majority of Aztec football games, at least the home games, are not played during the middle of the day. In fact, out of the last 100 games they've had at home, only 4 of them have had a midday kickoff. So although this doesn't take away from this absolutely disaster of a home opener where there were medical emergencies, they were running out of ice, there wasn't enough AC, there's all these photos and videos of people trying to get shade wherever they could get it. But this isn't something that you can expect to happen all the time. Now, San Diego State University has estimated it would have cost another $50 to $100 million in order to add shade and canopies throughout the stadium. But I can tell you, I went to a game just the following week. The game started at 5 p.m. There was plenty of shade by that time. It's a wonderful, wonderful stadium. This was just an absolute unfortunate first day game opener that they weren't prepared for. And next up are the new short-term rental rules that are going into effect here in San Diego. And this is something we've talked about on the channel several times. The background here is the city of San Diego has decided to cap the total number of short-term rentals at 1% of the total units of households throughout the city. That means they're going to cut the number of short-term rentals and Airbnb properties effectively in half, down to 6,500 properties that can qualify for this license. And it's also worth noting that Mission Beach has an exception because it is long known for being a place where people are renting out short-term rentals. So they are actually allowing a 30% cap in Mission Beach, where the rest of the city of San Diego is capped at just 1% of the properties. So the questions quickly became, when is this actually going to go into effect? Are they going to keep pushing this back and back? What is enforcement going to look like? How are they going to choose who's allowed to get this license and who's not going to get this license? But now we know if you're looking for this license, you have to apply between October 3rd and November 30th of 2022. And this is going to go in effect in May of 2023. Under the proposed new lottery system, higher priority is going to be given to longer tenured rental operators with no code violations. So they're going to give you points on a weighted scale based on how long you've had that property as a short-term rental. So people that are just trying to get into the business today are going to have a harder time than someone that's been in the business for multiple years with no code violations. And one of the biggest concerns I've heard from all my listeners that are watching these videos is, how is this actually going to be enforced? Or really, no, there is no enforcement, so it doesn't really matter what they're doing. But the San Diego Union Tribune says multiple agencies within the city will be enforcing the new regulations to ensure short-term rental hosts are properly licensed. And city officials say the treasurer's office is working with the main hosting platforms to remove unlicensed properties from their sites. So it looks like this is all going to be going through as planned. What do you think? Is this good or bad news for the city of San Diego? And this last article is from the Union Tribune. It is about the future of Mira Mesa, and it is so very interesting. They're talking about there is a new proposal to change what Mira Mesa is going to look like over the next 20 to 30 years. And they say right here, this proposal would reconfigure some vehicle travel lanes on major roadways into lanes for bikes or buses, break up some car-centric superblocks with new streets, and add new parks and other infrastructure to accommodate population increase from 76,000 to 130,000 people. And this is great because when you look at what is in Mira Mesa, you just really truly believe it's not held at its highest and best use. There's so much more opportunity to make Mira Mesa a fantastic place to live with mixed use properties, less strip malls. You know, the current plan and zoning in Mira Mesa was laid out in the 1970s. We've come a long way since then. And looking into the future, things are going to change. San Diego is going to continue to get more dense, and Mira Mesa is the perfect location for exactly what they're proposing. And this is another reason why I think Mira Mesa is a fantastic opportunity for a future homebuyer. You're going to see tremendous appreciation if this plan actually goes through. And as a bonus for you guys, this is big news for San Diego. San Diego selected Midway Rising to help redevelop the sports arena site. This is something that has been in process for the last couple of years. Now they finally selected a developer. They have 2 years to put their plans together. And I'm not going to talk about it right here because I had just talked about it in this video right here. My name is Dan Parker with the Best Life Home Team. If you're ever looking to buy a home or sell a home here in San Diego County, my team and I, we would love to help. Thanks so much for watching this video. We'll see you next time.